Hi everyone, so I just want to take this time and do a journal flip through of the most recent journal I've made. So this is a fabric cover soft journal, and I was originally going to place this, and it is a picture. I thought she was so beautiful that I found at my local antique store, and I printed it on fabric. I was going to affix this to the cover of the journal, but I thought I just wanted to keep it the way as is, and so I made two pockets. So I'll go over everything. I guess I'll just start. So here is the cover. Here is how it looks from the side. There's the back and the spine. So going back to the cover, I've actually added two pockets. One is of an eyelet type trim, and this is some creamy lace or crochet trim. And then I put a cameo that can be taken off, some paper flowers, some buttons, some little rhinestones, and then another beautiful pin there. Everything is glued on with the exception of this button. I sewed that on, and then that one's just affixed with the pin, so you can actually take that off. Again, I'll show you the card here. And it was printed on fabric, and then I did some decorative stitch with my sewing machine. I added some ribbon that has some pearls on it and some dangles. I have a key, this little charm, and then this part of a bracelet. And there's the top there. And I actually sewed it on some cardstocks, some really thick cardstock, and then I backed it up with more cardstock. And then I put these little pictures or ephemera on it, and that's from a kit that I purchased that I will link below. It's an Etsy shop called Screech Owl Studio, and I love her work. So here are the two pockets. There's one, so you can place anything in that pocket, or you can place it in the more shallow pocket, which is the eyelet trim. Either way, you have two pockets, or like I said, you can affix this to the front cover if you wanted to. This journal I made so that you can switch out the signatures. I'm most comfortable with making traveler's notebooks, so this is what I did. And this is polyester trim that looks very similar to silk. I'm gonna have an upcoming tutorial on how to make that. It's really simple. And this cover was made using quilted placemat. And then I actually put cardstock in it too, just so that it'd have a little more body. There's no closure on it. When you open it up here, the interior of the cover, I covered it with lace and some eyelet trim, and you'll notice here that I actually added the little pearl beads on the bottom. I should have shown you. It's hard to show at this angle here, but the bottom has this beautiful lace, but then peeking right beneath it is the little beaded trim. So then when you open it back up, I've added a pocket. And this is this really pretty twill denim-like ribbon that was wired, and then I just removed the wire, and then it already had the lace on it. And I got that at Michael's, and I probably can get some more. So I've included an ephemera card that fits just perfectly in that first pocket there. Again, the papers in this journal is from Screech Owl Studio. And this is my first time using a digital kit, so it was trial and error. I made some mistakes, pages weren't even, but I think that kind of adds to it. So here's the first pocket. This first pocket here, I die cut, and you can see it's really intricate, and it's actually open like that. And I'm just including 2 ephemera pieces. So that pocket, it just slips right in there. It's a little delicate of a pocket because of all the die cut, because of the die cut itself, but it's still beautiful. And it's an upper corner pocket. Let me show you the page there. It's beautiful rose. Next page, beautiful girl there, and it's in this beautiful sage green. So the colors I used were very, I thought, peaceful, calm, ethereal. I didn't want anything too dark. And what I've done is made a tuck spot, so it's just a postcard here on this vellum paper. I don't know if you can see it. It's beautiful vellum paper. And I've backed these on cardstock, cut them out, backed them on cardstock, and then I put a little brad so that it swivels. So if you have a large piece of ephemera or a small one, then I just put one of those, I don't know what these are called. Are they book plates? And then just a little tassel, and I figured if you wanted to put a little picture in there, you could. Here's the next page. Beautiful, like I said, beautiful paper. And this was from 2 different digital kits that this shop had. And it was well worth the money. I don't have a lot of experience in digital kits, so I really don't know what the average price is. And I thought it was fair for just the graphics and the quality alone. Put some of that same eyelet trim. On this page, I've made a little card here, again from the digital kit. And I added a ribbon, and these are all journal cards, and I've left the back blank so you can journal in it. I made a little side belly band here so you can just tuck a little card under, and there's the other page. And some of these pages from the digital kit they're lined, and then some of them have images on it, and then some of them are just blank for you to journal on. So here's an example of lined page. Here's another tuck spot, and I just put some music sheet on there, and then one of the digital pictures at an angle, and then this is an Anna Griffin die cut that I used. I love her set. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it's on HSN, and it's the Anna Griffin die cut set, and it's 570 die cuts. It's a little expensive, but to be quite honest, it's worth it. Look at that. It's so pretty. Anyways, this is not a HSN show and tell, I guess. So here's another from the digital kit. It's a postcard. And I'll just tuck that right back in. The next page here, there's this beautiful page. I love it. Again with the sage green. And then this is that beautiful blue, and I've used my trimmer, my decorative edge trimmer, and trim the edge there. And then I've made a floating pocket, and I used Spellbinder's Art Deco pocket die, and I made a pocket, and then I added a little bit of trim, some cheesecloth, a little bit of remnant from my ribbon, the little Tim Holtz boy. And there's the back of the floating pocket. I embossed some glassine bag, and then I tore it down and inked it up a little bit. And here's another journal card. See, it says postcard. And then inside this pocket, so here I can give you a better look at the pocket there. Inside of the pocket, I've actually made a little mini journal for you. So this is completely die cut, and it's see-through. And I've just included some blank coffee stained paper. So that I will just tuck right back into floating pocket. Next page here is another pocket, and I've just added the ribbon again, a little bit of lace trim, and here are 2 cards that I've made. This one I've just put a little bit of that cream ribbon that I used throughout the journal. And then on this page I've added this, I don't know if it's a doily per se, but It's just a little corner pocket. Included this ephemera journal card and this little postcard there. It just kind of tucks into the corner. Some lace trim on the side there. This is the middle of the signature, and you can see there's the little ribbon running through. I have a little die cut that cuts buttons, so I put the button in that little string there. I love this page with the two girls there. So on this side here, I embossed a glassine bag. I really hope you can see it. It's just, the pictures that I'll post actually has some close-up shots there. I'm hoping the light can pick up some of it so you can see. But I embossed a glassine bag. I really love how that turned out. And then I added this tag, and I made this tag on a really heavy cardstock, punched a hole there, and then punched a hole in the glassine bag so you can actually take that off. Then I've added a little bit of fishtail and then the rhinestone on top of that little button that matches the button that's in the middle there. And I left the tuck spot behind so you can tuck something behind there too. Next page, I love her dress. I wish I owned a dress like that. I made a tuck spot again, and this is with music paper. Again, the embossed glassine bag and some of this foiled paper that I love. Hopefully the light will pick up that foil. Then I just added a little bit of the ribbon trim that I have throughout the journal. Just a postcard. I'll tuck that right in. This page I left blank, but you can see the beautiful graphics that are part of the digital kit. Eyelet trim. This page, this may give you a better idea of the embossed glassine here. And inside the bag is a little postcard. I put another tag using that gold foil paper that I love so much. And then actually on the back of the tag, I made a little pocket so you can tuck whatever you want in there. In fact, so like here's a calling card. And tuck a little calling card in there if you wanted to. That you can take off as well. Another tuck spot. This page has lines so you can write on it. And so this, I just made a paper clip here. So I'll show you first. Here's one journaling tag. A little bit of ribbon on it. Here's a jumbo tag that I made. I intentionally left it blank so that you can decorate it. But it's a very decent size, and then I put the decorative punch in the bottom. Here's a paper clip that I made using the ribbon and another Anna Griffin die cut. A little bit of lace trim. That's the front and that's the back. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and it's on a gold paper clip. So as you can see, the theme is cool colors with just a little bit of warmth from the gold and some tinges of maybe a little bit of yellow here and there, but primarily I kept this journal cool toned. So tuck that back in there. And on this page, just another journaling card, blue lilies. Tuck that there. Then what I've done is I've made a lace pocket, a little side pocket there. Again, more postcards. I should call this the postcard journal, but look at how beautiful that paper is. I hope you can see it. And I trimmed it with a little bit of lace there. And on this page, we have the vellum. Then I made another corner pocket and I added some more of that rosette trim that I have. And here is another postcard from the digital kit, backed with cardstock so you can journal. And I love this paper. It reminds me of like wallpaper. So I love it. Here is another jumbo tag, and you can see here this one's gold foil. It has writing. I love this paper clip. Another journaling tag of a lady. And this one, I used some cotton trim, some fabric that I have that's a monotone, excuse me, well, I guess it's monochrome too. And then a banner, and then you can see it's a little rhinestone, and then a button of a lady in there. And this one's on a jumbo gold paper clip, and I really like these paper clips. I think I got these at Hobby Lobby, if I'm not mistaken. And I love these paper clips. I love how they turned out. I was just playing around. Well, there goes my hair. It won't be part of the journal. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. And then there's the last page. Again, I left this intentionally blank because of the beautiful digital art there. And here's the back of the page. I have, there's muslin on this side, and then I put lace on it, and then we've got this beautiful rosette trim that you see repeated throughout the journal, and there on the bottom there gives you a good idea of those little pearl tassels. And there's the back. So again, this is here, and I put it, so there's eyelets. I don't know if you can see, they're gold eyelets, so that you can remove your signatures if you don't like my signature. So even though I made this, and at first I was going to keep it for myself, I thought, you know, this is something that I could always make again. And I love Shabby Chic, not necessarily my style, but I love Shabby Chic and I'm really enjoying it, and I'd like to make some more. I thought I would put this on my Etsy page. So this will be available on my Etsy page, so I will link that below. However, with that said, I didn't have enough to make, well, I had enough to make a second one, but I thought, well, maybe someone has other ideas. Maybe instead they want to hand stitch the signature into the journal itself instead of making it the way I did. And I don't think I mentioned it, but this is the first time I actually hand sewed like a ladder stitch the binding, so I learned a lot. I don't think I made too many mistakes, but I really enjoyed that, because in the past I used to use a sewing machine and just sew it down the middle, but it didn't necessarily lay flat. So this was the first time for many things for me, and I'm just really happy with how everything has turned out. I mean, I know there's some learnings, but nonetheless, I really enjoyed the process, and I've learned so much. But I will be putting this, all of this, on my Etsy channel. However, what I do have is just enough for someone to make it themselves. So this is a journal kit that has the majority of everything that I used in here. Maybe something's a little different, maybe something's a little more. So this is also going to be for sale on my Etsy page, and I only have one. If I can get my hands on more of the supplies, maybe I'll put more kits together. I don't know. You tell me. But I'll just go over everything really quick here. You'll get the cameo. Get the little journal like I made. This one was die cut on a polka dot gold and white foil paper. Coffee stained paper there. You get this is vintage, so this is a vintage eyelet trim. I got an antique store, yards and yards of it. You get the blue sash, that's a yard of the blue sash, just like what I used on the cover, and some bits and bobs of the journal here. And then you get some of that cream lace ribbon. I don't know if I should open this up, I'll open it up. Yeah, some extra bits of lace here, and some ribbon. Let me see if I can get this all out without going everywhere. You get 2 of the paper flowers. I've included 3 paper clips. You have a couple of the rhinestones, the keychain, the tassel, and the remainder of the buttons I have, and they're beautiful silvery blue. So it's gray, but it has a blue undertone to it. So those are all part of the kit as well. And I'm making a mess. I'll pack it up later. You have one ladder stitched signature, and it's the same size as I had used for the completed journal. Slightly different prints, and these have this. I love this paper clip that I made. If you can see, it's a little jewel with a tassel, and then I used the Anna Griffith die cut again, and I'm just so happy with how that turned out. And you also get a jumbo tag that I left blank. I didn't put any pockets in. I thought maybe that was something you would want to do. I did add a doily pocket so that if you wanted to tuck something in there, you could. So it's a little pocket there. Here's the inside of the signature. Instead of the button, I used one of the tags. That's beautiful. Here's another embossed glassine bag. And on the other side, I have the doily pocket, so I can tuck something in there. Here's a belly band. It's a shoe, or shoes. Here is the other paper clip I've made, and this one has the Anna Griffith die cut, but it also has some fabric that I've layered. So muslin and that monotone fabric. I almost said monochromatic again. And then a little gem bling there, and a large foiled jumbo tag. And on the back here, I actually affixed this glassine embossed bag here. So it's not a tuck spot, but it is a bag. So you can put like a writing board in there. And there's the last page. Then you also get lace trim, exact same length that I used. Look how beautiful that is. I just love it. And it's not stained or anything. This is new, it's not vintage. I've included some cheesecloth, so if you wanted to make some more tags. I've included that cotton fabric for you if you wanted to use it for trim, for some of your embellishments. I've included the denim twill ribbon that has lace on it. I kept the wire in, so you may want to take it out, or you can keep it in. It's really up to you how you want to use it. I've included 2 rows, just like I had in the back of my journal, of these pretty rosette trim. Some lace. The beautiful eyelet that I used as a pocket, and it's the same length that I used. Beautiful cream crochet or lace. I'm not quite sure what it's technically called, but it's beautiful nonetheless. And you get the quilted fabric so that you can make your journal, and it's the exact same size, excuse me, it's the exact same size as mine. Oh, you may be asking for the size, right? So, in inches, at its longest, it's about 9.5 by, oh, I'd say 6 3/8. And it's a pretty good size. I mean, I didn't have to cut down any of the paper. I just used 8.5 by, 8.5 by 11 paper and fold it in half. So there you go, you get that as well. But I'm not done. The kit is not completed. I embossed this envelope and then I inked it up a bit. So I think it turned out really pretty. And I have a bunch of ephemera in here for you. Quite a lot. Just make sure it's empty here. Alright, so here's one embossed glassine bag, so you can use that inside your journal. I've included all of these ephemera, and I actually backed them up on the cardstock for you. I did not Mod Podge it because I thought maybe you'd want to add other things to it. And I made some tags out of that beautiful gold foil paper that I love so much. I made about 3 of them, or no, 4 of them. Oh, I lied. Oops. I will pick that up. Promise I won't forget it. Little baby blue tag there. And then this one is also an embossed glassine bag. And then I have some extra postcards for you. Just some extra paper, a little snippet. And I cut these postcards down for you, but you may want to cut it down some more. And it's just a good assortment of postcard cardstock. So that is also included in the kit. I tried to put as many things in here as possible, and if I didn't have anything that I had used from the journal, the completed journal, I'll put this back together later. I tried to add some extras. I included this linen type cardstock. I want to say it feels like 110-pound cardstock, but I'm not quite sure. So here's some extra bits of paper, and then just some of the random ephemera that you can cut down and do with it what you want. So let me grab that piece of paper so I don't forget it, that little tag there. So this is essentially, oh, I forgot to mention I'm including some upholstery thread too. That's what I used to bind the signature, but I also used it on the tags there. So this is everything that you'll get in this journal kit, and it will make something very similar to this one. So if you'd like to purchase that, I'm also going to put that on my Etsy page as well. And so if this video is up, that means these are available on my Etsy page as well. So everyone, thanks so much for commenting and saying that you wanted to see a video of the flip through. I hope this video did it justice. I hope you were able to get a good idea of how I made it, what I used and everything. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks.